Okay, right. So let's look at this. Let's look at what's going on. Let's calculate a few things first. Let's get contribution out of this first. So contribution here is 199 minus all of this, and you have contribution right at 75. That's good. Now we know that this is the fixed overhead, this is the budget, so we know that the fixed cost here is 22 times 6,200 because that's the budgeted capacity. That's what it's based on, 22 times 6,200, and that is equal to 136,400. So that ticks that box straight away. That's the monthly fixed cost. Let's check our break even. Break even therefore must be 136,400 divided by 75, right? Because that's the contribution per unit. You do that and you get 1818 or 1819 if you like. I'll say 1819 units. So that is wrong. This one is wrong. That's not true. It's not 1921. I want a profit, so I've broken even. I know at break even I am at zero profit. So if the question here is if I want to test this, well, I simply need to look at the additional units. So 3152 units minus 1819 units brings me to 3152 minus 1819 is 133 units. So I have 133 units. 133 units to work with, and I multiply this of course by the contribution because everything after break even is contribution times 75. And if you'd left everything in the box, actually I probably shouldn't have taken away the decimal places. If I kept the decimal places, and I should do that, so let's just do it properly then. 136,400 divided by 75 is 1818.6. So if I take this away from 3152, I get 133.3. So if I multiply this by 75, you get 100,000. And there you are. So this is correct and this is correct. Let's just make sure, let's just do this just to test it ourselves. So if your break even is 1819, I'll just surround that, and your budget is 6,200. Your margin of safety therefore must be 6,200 minus 1819. So 6,200 minus 1819, which is 4381. And because I'm talking about starting from here, of course, right, the budgeted output, I'll divide 4381 by 6,200, and you do that divided by 6,200, and you have 70%. So it's not 75%, it's 70%. So your answers are 2 and 3. Right, 95. So what we have here is this cost volume, profit volume chart. It's a profit volume chart, and for all the three products. And we've talked about this weighted C over S, which is really this sort of line over here that we're looking at here. And this is what happens if you sell them in order of the highest C over S. If you sell it in order of the highest C over S ratio, you get to your break even quicker. So let's look at what it's asking us. Point A is the break even point if the products are sold in order of the C over S ratio. Very correct. Because you sell the ones that's giving you the highest C over S ratio, you're definitely going to get there fast. So product 1 and product 2 and then product 3. Correct. Product B is the break even if it's sold in the budgeted sales mix. So typically we talk about the sales mix and we're selling it in that order. And so we will, yes, that is the sort of average of this all, and you will arrive here at B. You will arrive here at B. So the first two are correct actually, and they wanted which of the first two. Changing the product mix would improve the overall C over S ratio. Absolutely not. Product C is bringing in a negative negative C over S ratio. So if you mess things up here and start selling more of product C, your C over S ratio overall will fall. So that's not right. And if all three products are sold, the company can expect profits of 350. Profits of 350, not revenue. This is not revenue, this is profit. So the answers here are the first two answers. Right, and the final question in this series is this business here. It's quite again, like I say, a nice question. C over S ratio is equal to 0.4. We know that at break even revenue, contribution is equal to fixed cost, so I can find that. So that's 1.6 million over S is equal to 0.4. So in effect, sales at break-even sales must be therefore 1.6 divided by 0.4, which is equal to 4 million. So my break-even revenue is 4 million. Then they tell me that the budgeted revenue, though, on the other hand, is 6 times my fixed costs. And 6 times my fixed costs is 6 times 1.6, which is 9.6. So what I have now is this sort of 9.64 million scenario here. So I'm basically saying revenue can fall by, right, that amount, which is 9.6 minus 4, which is, of course, 5.6. So it can fall by 5.6, if you like, before we hit break even. So of course I'll take that as a percentage of the actual budget times 100%, and you arrive at 58.3, and that's your margin of safety. Awesome, great stuff. I'll see you in the next set of videos on the next topic, limiting factors.